Hey guys, Ravedge here, and today's vid is going to be another add-on video, but I'm only going to be covering Debuff filter in this one and how I had it set up, or have it set up actually. I'm going to show you how to set it up specifically to do what I have mine set up, and I will also highlight certain parts so you could tweak it to your own settings as well. So that's the main coverage of this video, but also as you saw in the title, important news slash surprise. At the end of the vid, I got an announcement I want to tell you guys about, and I'm really psyched about it. So please stick around for that part. And that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the vid. Alright guys, now once you've already downloaded Debuff filter and you're ready to hop right into the first part of the configuration, you're going to go ahead and go into your game menu, hit the interface tab, add-ons tab, then click the standalone config button. Once you do this, it's going to bring up the main menu for Debuff filter. I know there's a lot to it, looks like, but it's really not that bad. I'm going to cover it, and make sure you guys aren't lost in the dark. Now, right off the bat, you want to do show backdrop, so it will show your buffs. Will show your buffs or debuffs where they would actually go. And once you do that, I go straight into the frame buffs, because this is where you're going to turn on and off certain buffs or debuffs for certain targets. Now, as you see right here, I have player buffs and then show frame checkbox, but not the debuff one, because I don't want to see my debuffs. Now, you need to go ahead and say you want to turn off all the other ones other than a certain one. You need to go through and make sure you have those unchecked on every part. So I got my focus one, target, and targeted target. Okay? So those are the first two important steps, I guess you could say. And then after that, under the general settings, once again, I have the only other change I made to this is if you look at my frame, you see how I have the timer counting down my Tiger Palm buff. If I do the no box around timer, if I leave that unchecked, it's got this black box around it. With me, it's just a little bit annoying. I'd rather just have it where it's easier for me. I just like it. It's personal preference, so I turn it off. Okay? So that takes care of the general settings part. Then in the frame layout, once again, you can do focus, target, target to target, buff or debuff, so player buffs. I have changed the size of this to 3. Now, you could do this, all the way really small to really big. Now, I like 3, I want it big enough where I am almost where it's annoying for me, where then I know I need to have my Tiger Palm up. Making sure the bigger it's right there, it's not overpowering, but at the same time, this is one of those parts where it's a complete preference on your part. You might want it a size 5 or whatnot. Now, to get it even bigger, see how I already have it all the way maxed out at 3? You then would have to go in here and then put it even more in the normal scale part. So that's where it could be. That's the biggest it would go. Now, I don't need it like that, so I'm going to just go ahead and bring it down back to 3. 3 and 1. Okay? So let's get back in the frame layout. So that's all I did with that part. Okay, I went ahead and set mine up to 3, and then to move it around, you hold shift and then left click, and then you can drag it and move it wherever. So I like where mine is set up, so I'm not going to move it around. And then the next tab, which is the frame buffs part. This is where it pretty much all comes down to it. Most people right away instantly see for show all of my buffs. Sure, why not? There is your first problem, as you can see. It instantly will show all your buffs, literally. Now, that can be quite annoying if you have a lot of buffs, and to change this, literally uncheck all these boxes right here. Have none of them checkboxed. With this, well, what the add-on is reading is do not show any of my buffs, which it's not. However, I have listed down here list of buffs or debuffs, or both, that I wanted to show. Now, I only use mine to show certain buffs, but I type them in right there. As you can see, I've typed in Diffuse Magic, Energizing Brew, Fortifying Brew, Tiger Power, and Tiger's Lust. Now, Tiger Power is actually, this is one of the next key thing I want to talk about. I have my Tiger Palm, Tiger Palm's buff. However, the name of it is Tiger Powered, not Tiger Palm. You need to make sure you are writing in or typing in the exact name of the buff, not the actual spell. So make sure you're doing that properly. With that, just add all of them in there, move your frames around, and that is how to set up Debuff filter. There is no other, major tweaking to do to it. Cooldowns, you could have it set up for looking at certain cooldowns, and profiles if you wanted it to be on multiple servers on different tunes. So That's literally it. Add them all in there, type it in, and then hit enter on your keyboard, or there will be a little button that shows up that says OK, and they'll enter it in there. Also, make sure you test them and see that they do show up. So that's it for the whole debuff filter. That is the breakdown of it. And obviously, once you're done with it, now I'm going to go back in and show where to go back. Make sure you do get rid of show backdrop, so you don't have it up at all times, even if you don't have any buffs. And that is literally how you set up debuff filter. It will show all of the buffs that I have in there, no problem. So that's the debuff coverage of this video. And real quick at the end, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys about the big surprise slash news. So stick around for that part. See you in the next bit. Alright guys, now before I let you go real quick, I mentioned I had a surprise slash update that I'm really stoked about. And if you're part of the stream event on Saturday, or have checked the Facebook page recently, you already know what it is. It is that I have made my own guild, Monk Trainer. I had talked about it for a while with a couple of people, and I kind of mentioned to the fans that came into my head before, and people were ecstatic. A lot of people wanted me to do it, and that was all the much more for me wanting to do it. So I have made Monk Trainer. This is on Darkspear US. And it is open for invites. The guild already has over 30 members in it, and we made it on Saturday. So, Saturday to Tuesday, that's pretty good. We're open for anything, PvP, PvE, whatnot. I'm gonna really emphasize, obviously, on PvP, weekend events, BGs, group BGs, world PvP. We had a lot of fun world PvPing during the stream. And it's just all around good time. So if you're looking for a guild to join on Darkspear US, feel free to whisper me or anyone in Monk Trainer, and they will be more than happy to toss you an invite. We're going to push possibly RBGs, arenas, and all that in 5.2. Right now, we're just trying to get everybody prepared and ready for 5.2 altogether. So if you're on Darkspear US, come on over and say hello. We'll toss you an invite, no problem. So that was a big surprise. Hopefully you guys are as happy as I am about it. And that being said, if you did enjoy the video, please like, favorite, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And this is Ravedge saying thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the BGs.